Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The best time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Hurrdat Media Network.
Here in the area of 108th and John Galt-ish area, the squirrels have gone quiet because Pat Stibbs is in the studio. We needed to warn all the kids in the office that
as the wildlife thumpers and scatters off to the south,
the crows. We had to warn all the
it's like
social.
Ice Age, right?
It
when all
is.
the animals come tearing through.
We had to let all the social kids know that he's not really yelling; he's just loud.
He's just talking.
You two act like
Here, put your microphone closer to you. I never thought I'd have to say this. But put it closer to your mouth.
God. Oh my God.
You two act like you aren't freaking loud. How long have you been in radio? Both of you.
We're
Come
not.
on.
You are not in a bad way.
I'm not loud. This is my.
You're not loud. Ask your Monica.
Okay.
Ask your wife.
Actually, she's loud at night when she says, "Get out!" Then she gets loud.
I bet she does.
Yeah. Anyway,
Randy,
how are you guys doing?
What have you done to us, Randy?
We have a guest today.
I know.
We have a guest today, the incomparable Randy J. Goodwin.
Yes,
Randy's
right?
in town, back in town.
Yep.
Omaha boy,
awesome.
Omaha
I went
boy.
to prep. What does incomparable mean?
I don't know.
Shade again is texting me right now. We're having a thing about voice texting, and it kept messing up everything I was saying while I was driving.
Right.
So I look like an idiot, and he's literally saying that right now.
Are you getting
Mr.
grammar
Witt was one of
police?
our teachers.
You're getting
Remember Mr. Witt?
Mr. Witt, yeah.
Yeah. And he goes, yeah, I use voice texting with Mr. Witt when I would turn in my assignments and it was spelled wrong. I'd say, Mr. Witt, it was because I was voice texting.
There was no voice texting
No,
back when you
stop
guys
it.
were at
Exactly.
school. Like, tell Shade that's not even true. I do. I like when I use voice stuff in the car, and all the time I send the wrong "your" to my wife, and I hear about it. So I've stopped doing it because it just doesn't. It just knows.
There's no sense in grammar policing and social media. Period. I'm just tired of it.
Social media, period.
Yeah.
Social media.
And see, I was so stupid. I really was. I was so naive because
Stop there.
I had for the first 3 years I had a phone. I wore gloves because everybody said practice safe text, and I didn't know. I did not know what they meant.
How did you ever get married?
Just basically,
Yeah.
how did you ever get married?
Let alone have kids.
Right. That's even a bigger question.
Unfortunately, he wasn't wearing gloves.
Yeah, that's right.
She insisted,
Next.
right? Oh my God.
I just would. Okay, anyway, so let's talk about. We got a lot going on.
I know there's a lot here because first off, Randy, you just drove in from LA.
Yes, I did.
This is like your first stop in town.
You know, we could have done a Zoom, right?
we got,
Just so you know.
but we love having you here.
Yeah.
But
Wait, you could have?
Yeah, we could have. But just so you know, we love having. We
Why
do
am
love
I
having you
here?
here. But I'm just saying, you'd have to drive 27 hours.
just to be on our podcast, that's pretty cool.
You can leave now.
Well,
if
there's
you'd like.
more. There's other stuff I have to do, but you are my first stop. Actually, you're my second. I had to go to the Jim Pillen thing last night.
Candidate.
Yes,
Yeah.
candidate,
Right?
candidate
Nice.
for governor.
Governor. Yeah.
Really nice guy. Funny guy, pig farmer, cracks me up.
Awesome. That's one of our podcasters. He's in the cattle business, and he is a hoot. And all of his guests
Trent?
are fantastic.
Are you talking about Trent?
No.
Okay, never
No.
mind. Sorry,
I'm not-
Trent.
Who's Trent?
Trent's a
Nobody.
hoot, it sounds like, though.
Should we get? Yeah, really. Should we
need
call
to know
Trent?
Trent.
Trent's hilarious.
We should call
He's
Trent.
got a podcast too, so we'll talk about it
Really?
later.
We'll have to talk later. No, Les is who we're talking about, Vogelers. And and their podcast is, he's salt of the earth, man. I love that shit. I love it. It's awesome. So anyway, so you're in town because you have a thing going on.
We have a thing, but I do have to say real quick because congratulations to Randy because how many episodes did you just do?
I'm 5 in now.
The new reboot of Dynasty that he is his recurring character on
Nice,
Dynasty.
congrats.
You guys didn't know?
No.
Oh.
Is that on, like
They
it's
listen
running
to
right
your
now?
podcast all the time, so I think you.
Is it airing right now?
Yeah, it's been on. That's what I said when they called me. No, I'm not even joking.
That's not a good thing
My
to say.
manager, Gina, she goes. My manager and my agents, we're powwowing and they're talking about Dynasty, and I went, oh wow, they're doing a reboot, and they're like, it's in season 3.
Oh God. Okay,
I guess I did know that there was that they did that a while ago. I didn't know that it was still on. I haven't watched it.
I didn't.
not know
I will now, though. That's great.
Which is what Shay and Dr. Darren have been texting me about because they were watching Dynasty.
And saw
my
you.
God.
Yeah.
And they didn't know you were in it.
Darren his daughter is a big fan, so they're watching and he's taking screenshots of it and
like,
sending them to
hey,
me.
we know this guy.
He's like, yeah, dude, I found you in season 4, and we're watching, dude. Oh, you got to tell Fallon I'm so hot for her. Yeah, Darren, I said it. You said it to me, and I'm telling the world. Tell your wife. I'm not going to tell her what you said.
Fallon is so hot.
But
Oh
and
my
then
God.
Shay's like, dude, are you sure you want to be telling people that you're watching Randy on Dynasty? And then he says to me, sorry, bro.
Right? It's like, you got to admit you're in it. They got to admit you're watching it. I would watch it in a heartbeat. I didn't know it was back on.
Yeah, it's fun.
I've been
it's
craving
a really fun
something
show.
new to watch.
Yeah.
I literally started rewatching Lost.
People, Lost.
Right?
Wow.
I went back old school and went back to season 1.
Now, see, I didn't
now you have
recognize-
Dynasty to watch.
I did
And now
start
I have
watching
Dynasty.
Dynasty, and I honestly got after. I did not recognize Randy because you looked a lot more pale. Turns out I was watching John Forsythe. It was the original Dynasty.
Yeah.
So you didn't tell me it was a reboot, man.
Oh my God.
Hold on. You know what? I'm going to mute him.
There we go.
Yeah, that's true.
God,
Good point.
No, that's true. Oh my God. Oh my God. Here we go.
It's a blast,
Well,
though.
congratulations. That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Where is that? Where is it airing? Where can we catch it?
It's a CBS show. CBS, CW.
CW. Very
They're
good.
on the CW, but once they finish the season, it's on Netflix. So
Fantastic.
the first 4 seasons are on Netflix, so you can catch me on Netflix in season 4.
Season 4.
Did you get that? Yeah,
season
your
5
Netflix cup, coffee mug. Did you get
Yeah.
that for free because you're on Netflix?
Got it. Actually, I
You
got
will
it.
be.
I did
You
get
will
it
be
from
on
Netflix.
Netflix. But yeah.
For other stuff, we had some meetings for some stuff that we were talking about, my
Right.
faith movie stuff being
Yeah.
over there.
Sweet.
But they're such heathens that's not going to happen.
So I'm
I'm
not
going to
even
stick with Pureflix and Sony on that one.
I'm gonna. Oh, pure.
But the cup is just cool.
Yeah, the cup is cool. It's
I'm gonna
very
assume
cool.
then you won't be showing up on Yellowstone. Maybe.
Okay,
Maybe.
I just saw my first episode of Yellowstone, and then I saw my second, and then I started binging it before I came here.
I am like,
Oh my goodness, Kevin Costner!
right?
Yeah, I haven't watched any of it,
It
yet,
is-
but I
It's
know
wonderful.
I know
Seeing
It's
him in
phenomenal.
Seeing him
Yeah.
in a series like that, it's awesome. It is, and his character is
He's
complex and really good.
Brutal. He's
Yeah.
he's incredible. This is the best Kevin Costner I've ever seen.
Wow.
Wow, that says a lot.
A lot of people say too that one thing is, okay, that's what drove me back to Lost, because people are talking about how great Yellowstone is, and a lot of times people will reference back to Lost when it started.
When Kevin Costner was on it?
Right before it lost its way, he was the monster in the. No, never mind. Before
Same
it lost
writers,
its
though,
way,
right? Same writers or
No,
creators?
no. Taylor Sheridan is the one who does Yellowstone.
Oh.
And he's an incredible equestrian himself with reining horses
Oh my
and cutting
God,
horses.
the writing is
And
ridiculous.
he's in season 4 is where we're at now, right? Season 4 with that. So you've just started. He came out as a character on the show now.
Really?
And he's playing a part in the show, and he is phenomenal. Really? An absolute jackass, and I just love him because he doesn't give a rat's behind about what anybody thinks.
Yeah.
And he says the dialogue is fantastic. It's
yeah,
just, it's great.
it's written.
And they're just now
really
moving
well.
off to the spin-off the 4 Sixes, which he just bought the 4 Sixes ranch down in Texas for like $350 million freaking dollars, and that's where the next spin-off is going to take place, is in Texas.
Then I
And
hear
it'll be
they're
all about
doing,
horses.
but then they're doing an animated version with Yogi Bear
Here
and
I
we
bet
go.
they're not.
and Hiya, boo-boo. Get off my freaking land.
Okay, Yogi, you blew his ass off.
That's all right. I got an idea right there.
Talk about somebody who needs to go to the train station.
Right?
Anyway, and that's a whole nother.
So let's talk about
what,
really why we're here, not all this crap.
What
Right.
brought this all together?
So, Randy's in town. We have a special screening coming up on Friday night. Last year, the movie that I wrote, The Call, was released on October 2nd of 2021, right? Or 20,
Wow.
2020. Right, of course, smack dab in the middle of COVID. And so the film did pretty well. It played in about 300 theaters and drive-ins across the country, and then it played in about 5 countries. And Randy, one of the co-producers on the film.
Stop calling me a co-producer.
Well, you are.
I'm
You're a
not.
co-producer.
I'm not.
What are you?
I'm a producer.
I'm sorry. You're a producer.
and you are a producer.
And I am a producer.
Co-producer. You got to get the jargon down.
All right,
yeah.
Let's get the
Co-produ-
jargon down.
Co-producer is the lesser producer.
Oh.
They don't do much. They may be, but they're still in there because they did something. You are a producer on it. Just because there's more than one producer, we're still not considered co-producers.
Gotcha.
There's no
Right.
see, you have co-executive producers as well, but they don't do anything.
Very true. There you go.
So
More you know. I didn't know any of that.
I guess I
That makes sense,
petitioned
though.
for Randy to be a co-producer while I was the producer.
Yeah,
But that,
so you were correct in saying
I was
that.
correct, actually.
Yeah, got it.
And so anyway, and Randy's been involved with this project literally from I don't know, almost 20 years.
I was going to say day one, but let's just go with
Let's
year
not say
one.
day
Let's
one.
just go with year one.
Anyway, the film did very well. So what happened was they have since this year released or have a version called the Uncut Experience, and this is what we're showing Friday night at the Marcus Majestic Cinema. And this is an unedited version. 2 key scenes have been put back in, and then also there's a new interview with the director Timothy Woodward Jr. That's going to be attached to the film at the end, and then Randy and I are going to do a little Q&A with the audience afterwards. And
I've often wondered when they have these like versions like this where they put in deleted scenes, you wonder how important, if they didn't make it in the final cut, were they that important to the storytelling?
Let me tackle that one.
Okay.
Yes.
The first movie I ever did, big screen, was American History X. And we show up to the premiere, and the producer comes over and goes, the co-producer.
Not the co-producer.
Co-producer
Because
drove
the
the
co-producer
producer.
can't talk to me.
Right.
Talk to me. I'm an actor on
That's
the show.
right.
Co-producer that don't talk.
No eye contact from the co-producer.
Yeah, so he
I
comes
learned the
over.
pecking order here.
Right? I learned a lot.
No, so he goes, hey, glad you made it, man. Glad you made it. The final cut came out great, and we had to cut you.
You're not
And I
in
went,
Damn.
wait a minute, you're not laughing. And he goes, we literally had to cut your scene. He goes, it came down to time. So time came down, and we tried to keep the most important scenes. He goes, but we could cut yours, and the actual scene still made sense.
You're kidding.
He
What
goes,
is- okay.
but you will make the DVD. So,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
on the DVD.
But
Okay,
still,
got
but what
it.
is the time limit? Why is there a time? It does like cost go up? Cost goes up if you go over
Well,
90
I think
minutes.
that's a good question. Yeah.
I talked to Timothy about this because I remember him telling me when we were doing some rewrites, and he would say, "Well, can you do this with this scene and this with this scene?" There was a scene it was a very, very important scene between the main character and an old girlfriend that you do see later on. But I remember at the premiere watching it, going, man, what happened to this scene in the classroom where they kind of get... And so I think, I'm not absolutely sure because I haven't seen it yet, but I think that's one of the scenes Timothy put back in, if I'm not mistaken. And then the other scene involves, I think, the 2 elder characters, Lynn Shay and Tobin Bell. And again, probably just stuff that makes more sense as far as explaining characters. In this day and age, it's all about action a lot. And I've seen films where I go, boy, there's something that should be there and should be there. And I think Timothy just cut it because I think the studio gave him a time limit. Like, we want this film under X amount of time.
Absolutely.
But why though? Why? That's the group. Back to your question.
yeah.
Like, why does it
is
matter?
there a sweet spot?
No, it is literally the choice of the producers, the studio.
Wow.
They say, look, we don't want this to go past this. Make it work. Sometimes I have another buddy who, Michael Davis. Michael Davis, they came to him, paid him money, gave him a budget, and said, here's a title. Make a movie around it.
Wow.
So he had to make a movie called Monster Man, and they
With
just
no
said,
direction.
no direction, and he made it about a monster truck, and it turned out great.
Awesome.
$500,000 movie.
I never would've
did
thought that.
Great. So they just have their things, and it's just and
Quirks.
when they give you time, that's it. You don't go above it or below it.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I think some people naturally assume when you say uncut experience that it's going to be like these scenes of lurid violence or blood.
Yeah,
and that's
kinda.
not the case in this. It's just scenes I think that'll make more sense.
Okay.
That's awesome. So again, so that's going to be Friday. When you say Friday night, that's December 3rd.
That's this Friday, December 3rd, and it's at the Marcus Majestic. Now, tickets will go on sale. We're going to sell them at the door. They're not available online.
Is this a one night thing?
One night only. One night only. This is a benefit screening for New House Shelter, which is a domestic violence shelter that my son Chris works at in Kansas City.
Very good.
So we're helping raise money for them because
cool.
they do just an amazing job of helping people. So it's $10, and all the proceeds go to New House, and we recommend that people get there about 6 o'clock because again, it's going to be first come first serve.
That's a great theater too.
It's a wonderful theater.
143rd and Maple.
Yes, and we are going to, as we did last year with the premiere, we are going to insure the audience again against death by fright. So if you do die of fright, I'm not kidding. Jill, this
you're
is serious. This
Very
is
serious.
Why are you laughing?
Dude.
People could die during this.
I literally got this insurance because I died twice.
Yes. Yeah.
And now I have a house on a lake.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
That's
get the
how that
insurance.
works.
Get the
So we
insurance.
will. If you die of fright, your next of kin will receive $5,000 from the producers. Maybe the co-producers can pay for that. Not us.
Yeah, there you go.
The co-producers can pay for that.
Yeah, I hope they die. Of fright.
And by the way, I did send you the radio commercial. I don't know if you got it.
I don't remember seeing it, but I'll look.
I just sent it like before I came in.
Oh, then I did not see it yet.
So it's a lot of fun. We did a
I
really
literally,
fun.
I sent it 4 seconds ago. I did not see it.
Not see it. I sent it while I was sitting here.
Yeah.
Actually, it's being sent right now.
You didn't check it? You didn't check it? This is,
Oh my God.
What the hell's wrong with you, Safford?
Right.
I sent you 10 minutes ago. What? You're not up on this crap?
Oh my God.
This is why I have to be loud.
Oh, that's funny.
This is why. Anyway, so yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're gonna. I wish if COVID wasn't here, I'll guarantee you, Lynn Shay would have been. Lynn and Gina would have come to this screening if COVID wasn't going on, and she's really busy. Lynn's doing a big role in Canada right now.
I keep seeing her in movies.
Oh,
all the
she's
time.
just amazing.
It's like I'm flipping through movies, and whether it's like Hulu, Netflix, whatever, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, what? Whoa, there she is
She's
again.
in
So I'll watch that
everything.
because she's in it. I'll watch
in
it. You know?
everything.
She is in
Oh
everything.
my God. Yeah, I
Yeah.
keep seeing her everywhere. Lynn Shay, if you haven't looked her up, do.
Lynn Shay and Tobin Bell, and
Yes.
Tobin. You just look at Tobin, and the guy's scary. I'm telling you, and he's the nicest man. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
That'd
We'll
be cool.
raise some money, and we'll show the film, and Randy and I will answer some questions about what producers do and co-producers, and
what co-producers don't do.
and key
Right,
grips,
what they don't do.
key grips, and best boys, and everybody else. You know,
Oh, my
Which
goodness.
seems super weird. Those names have always Key Grip and
Do we need to
Best
do a
Boy.
redo? Like maybe it's time to shake things up.
Yeah.
How about
Yeah.
the clapper loader? Do they still have those clapper loaders? Because there's no film anymore.
Fluffer? They sell fluffers?
I knew you were going to go there.
Yeah. Well, it's like this.
They're actually digital. They are digital now.
Are
digital
They hold
fluffers?
a digi-
they? Did you?
.com?
No.
That's there you go.
that's,
More people out of work.
Right, that's right. Speaking, you mentioned, of course, COVID, and did you do your audition for Dynasty during COVID?
Yes.
It's all virtual now. Is it
Yes.
ever going to go back to in-person auditions anymore in Hollywood?
No, probably not.
Yeah.
Well, I won't say no, but we are enjoying being able to hit it. Like, I did the audition in Omaha.
Oh, really?
Awesome.
I had to call somebody. Did I not? The last
See,
time I was
that's-
with you guys,
yes,
and I
you
said,
did.
"Hey, do you guys have a clean wall?" Do you remember me asking you
Yes,
that?
that was it?
That
Yes.
that was another one I booked
But-
though.
Okay.
But
thing
you
is
guys didn't help
that-
with that.
We would have.
We would have totally cleaned up
would.
any wall.
We would have.
So-
It wasn't that bad. No, anyway, I'm just going to say, I mean, that business, like so many other businesses, what before was perceived as lazy or not invested enough is now seen as that's just the way it is. Like
Yeah.
working from home.
Yeah.
Right. It used to be, oh, you're going to work from home. Oh yeah, right.
Lazy.
You're lazy. You're not coming
Yep.
in, or but not coming into the main office. People had to come in. I remember one of the the salespeople. They'd have to come in the morning. They'd have to come back by 5 o'clock because they had to check in with the boss.
Wow.
Each time,
Yeah.
and he just needed to see their faces. And I'm like, for what? Why?
Makes no
if you're
sense.
doing your job, who cares?
Right.
And the same way with the auditions, you're literally auditioning to be on camera.
Well, we
Which
still
is
have
how
to
you're
do it.
auditioning
Say, like,
on
if I'm
camera.
auditioning for you, I get on a Zoom call and
Yeah.
we do the audition.
You're on camera. You're auditioning to do a show that's going to be on this big screen or on the little screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're literally on a screen doing your audition.
It just makes common sense. It really does.
You can do it from anywhere.
And then you can have people in New York, Miami, whatever, everybody audition for these parts. So does that make it more difficult for an actor? Because you have, your pool isn't just the people living in LA that are auditioning.
Well, fortunately, I'm blessed to be in a position that it's only me against a few other people because of where I am.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same ones all the time. Me, Matthew Perry, a couple of guys, Blair Underwood. Yeah, Blair. Blair's incredible. He's one of my favorite people. He's one of my favorite, great actor too. But
So you guys you'd walk into the waiting room and be like, Blair,
Oh
again.
God.
No,
it's funny. That's how it used to be when I first got to LA. You walk in and Blair would walk in and they go, ah. And within 6 years, I was that dude.
Yeah.
I would walk in, they would go, and there's a Dorian Gregory. Dorian, you're going to hear this. I'm going to make you listen to this. Dorian, every time I walked in a room, Dorian would go, ah. And he would get up and grab his backpack and put it on his shoulder. And he would give me a hug. And then he'd turn to everybody else and go, you might as well go home. And I remember one guy goes, why, you think you're going to get it? He went, no, he is. And he left.
No,
my
he
God.
really
He
did.
left.
He
Are you
left.
kidding?
That's awesome.
He left. And I ended up, I booked it. I mean,
That's
He was right.
hilarious.
because when I walked in, I had already had conversations with the producers.
Right.
Not the co-producers, though.
No.
Just the,
Yeah, not them.
just the producers.
Pecking order.
The execs and the studio. So it was already a done deal.
Yeah.
But you still have to audition other people because what if I get hit by a bus on the
You
way
got to have
work?
a short list,
Gotta
right?
have a backup.
Yeah.
Gotta have a backup, yeah.
That's so funny
anything else.
because before Randy came on, I wanted Blair Underwood for the call. And,
Really? And you just couldn't.
And
He
he
got hit
wouldn't
by a
do it,
bus.
so
He
I
got
called
hit by a
Randy.
bus.
You got-
Blair said, "Hey, I got a guy.
Yeah, I know a guy. I know a guy.
Hey,
We'll get you hooked up real quick."
Hey.
Oh my God! So what else are y'all working on? Either one of y'all.
Well, can you
Can't
talk
say?
about it yet?
Nobody listens
Because
to our podcast, so
Nobody-
you can.
don't
Just
worry
my
about
mom.
it.
And
I don't know if you're
Barb won't say
supposed to
anything.
say anything
Barb won't
yet
say
about.
anything.
because we shot it, but okay.
And do you feel weird if you do talk about something, not like that contractually you can't, but you talk about something and then when it comes out you've been cut, you're like, well, shit.
Like,
You know what I mean? Like you take somebody to the premiere, like say you have this hot date or whatever, you take the premiere, I was in this movie, and you walk up and your scene's cut.
Well,
Like,
again,
I think you'd know before.
at the,
that.
at
He
the,
didn't know before he went to that
Oh,
one
that's
premiere.
true. That's
but I
true.
was
Okay,
also
good
a
point.
new actor.
Okay.
Oh,
They don't
gotcha.
count anything. That's below the co-producer.
Yeah, right. That's
That's the key grip.
No, key grip won't get cut.
Key grip. No, you can't cut the key grip.
No.
can't cut the key.
So-
Or the best
So
one.
I'll tell you a quick story, then I'll show you the screen because
Okay.
technically, I mean, I had to sign crazy NDAs on this, and
We don't want to get anybody in trouble.
so I don't know
We don't
but
want
because
any
we
trouble.
shot it. So I don't remember if I can say anything yet until it airs.
Okay.
So I get a call for this show called Dylan's Kitchen.
Okay.
And I meet with the producers on Zoom. We do the whole thing, and my manager calls me like 5 minutes later. Go, they loved you. You're the guy. I said, okay. So I fly into L.A. and I'm shooting NCIS. Oh yeah, I just shot the NCIS by the way.
sweet.
Yeah. So
You've been on that
What season are they
a couple
in?
times, yeah, right?
Yeah.
times,
Yeah.
yeah. And then so halfway through it, this is a month later. She goes, still haven't got an offer from Dylan's Kitchen, even though they keep calling and saying, Randy's available, right? He's going to do it. They really want you to do it. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, well, whatever. So I'm just moving on with the other stuff. We're shooting. She goes, well, we still got no offer. And then by the time we finish shooting NCIS, it's over a month and a half maybe since I booked that thing. Still haven't heard an offer. So then she calls and says, they sent over your shoot dates, but still no offer. I'm like, what the heck?
What?
I said, you know what? Forget them.
That's backwards.
If I'd have realized what it was, I would have said, forget them. I was like, I forget them. Let's just keep moving forward. And so we get the offer finally. And I say, you know what? It's a little less than what I would normally do, but I'm just popping in for one day to do this guest star on this new show. And
Are you wondering what the heck Dylan's Kitchen's all
Yeah.
about? I mean,
Yeah, and
Was
I'm
that,
wondering-
is that
haven't
just
seen
like
the
a
script
working
yet.
title? Was that?
That's what it turned out to be, yes.
Okay.
But at the
That's what I
time,
was
we were
wondering.
like,
Yeah,
we
it's
were
like,
going, and I'm like,
what?
but the scene with my wife is so great that I have to have this for tape. I need it. I go, sign the deal. Let's just do it. I want the tape for my reel. And once we sign, I start getting these emails. Wardrobe, makeup, hair, and I'm going, okay. And then they send the script over, and I go,
That's not a kitchen.
I went,
Named Dylan.
Who the hell's Dylan?
right? And I
He's a
literally,
co-producer.
and this is the email that I'm going to show you. And I went, huh. So I pop open the script, and then I go, they must have made a mistake because I had just shot 3 or 4 CBS shows, so there's a lot of them. In COVID protocol, you have to always check in, get tested 3 days a week, stay in cadence, all that stuff. So I thought, oh, maybe they just sent me the wrong script.
Right.
I called Gina. I go, Gina, I think they sent the wrong script. I go, it says what you're about to say. And she goes, I'm confused. I go, I'm confused. I don't even see my character. So she calls CBS, calls me back in 15 minutes. She goes, oh, Rand, that's the right script. They failed to mention that this is an alias script, and the character is a different name. Your character is actually J-A-E on the show, and blah, blah, blah. And I go, are you kidding me? And I got so excited, and I was like, are you kidding me? I'm shooting what?
Are you what? That's fantastic.
No way.
Dude, and I was going, what? I'm shooting.
That is fantastic.
That's awesome.
So we shot it. It was the best experience I've ever had in 27 years on a set. And it was just a one day. But the way it's written is I've been talked about for the first 2 years of that show.
Wow.
It's in its third season. And then I'm the husband of main woman on the show. We have a son together. I left with the child because people are going to know the storyline when they hear this, which is kind of cool. Because I was telling somebody the storyline, they go, dude, that's, and that's,
yes, it is.
I've heard about you for 2 years.
Right?
I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
So I'm excited about that.
How
I
cool
can't
is
wait.
that? That's fantastic.
Cannot
Holy
wait.
Got all kinds
cow.
of hot things happening. I mean, you're talking NCIS first, and it's like, that's cool because that Jethro's got to be like one of my favorite characters of all time. And Mark Harmon is right up there with
a
Kevin
stud.
Costner, right? I mean,
He's
just
a stud.
seriously.
Yeah, he's a stud.
That show, without fail, I will be so sad when that show ends.
He's done.
Is he after?
Mark Harmon, this is
it?
last season.
Oh,
And he only
God.
stayed on because, they're like, if you leave, the show's done. He goes,
Seriously?
I'll stay on as an executive producer. And
doesn't matter.
And he just popped in a few episodes.
You got to have him.
Yeah.
You got to have him in the show.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. But this, next level.
NBD.
Wow.
Yeah, where's
right?
my character? I'm going to show you what.
Okay.
This is me.
Fun.
This is fun.
Because I play an artist, but that's me in my dressing room.
Oh my God.
Let me see.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
That is super cool.
This is
You know,
great
we
on
might as well
podcast.
say-
I'm just going to say this is
we
great
might as
material
well-
for a podcast.
Listen, let's just say it. Randy's the new Captain Kangaroo. Let's just come out and say it. Okay.
Wait, and here's me on Yellowstone.
What? Look at that. That's in the prequel. That's in the prequel. You on a pony.
Was that the Rodney Allen Rippey show? I heard about that
my
biopic.
God.
That's
fantastic.
Well, that's actually my wife on Dynasty. That's Michael Michelle.
Okay.
She's from Law and Order
Yep.
and
Yep.
New Jack City. She's been around. She is incredible. We play husband wife.
Can we use that, like one of those
That
pictures
picture?
or something for our
Absolutely.
episode art?
I think
Is that cool? Can you
the
send that to me?
Yellowstone one for
Yeah,
sure.
the Yellowstone
I'm
one
kidding.
for
Come on, use
sure.
this one.
For sure.
So it's been pretty cool.
That
cool.
is fantastic.
That's awesome, man. You've had a blessed career, and the last couple of years have been pretty awesome.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, no complaints, man. I mean, I'm sorry for anyone who's been touched by COVID in such a negative way, but be honest with you, my family it's been great.
Yeah.
Not COVID.
Right.
No,
I'm just saying.
just what's
but
been
My
going
career has
on.
continued to blossom. We've been able to be with the kids a lot more.
How grateful.
and
That's how
it's
cool
just,
is that?
It's just been good.
That's
Now,
fantastic.
here's another one. Everyone knows who James Baldwin is, right?
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
So I'm gonna be directing this, and that
Oh.
is Orlando Jones.
Right?
Right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's a football game.
He's skimming through his pictures. Careful.
Wow.
Looks
That's
just
awesome.
like
Dude,
him.
It's incredible.
We were together, and I go,
That's fantastic.
and we were just talking, and I just went,
You look.
"Oh my goodness!" I didn't tell him, and then I started getting into researching this. So this is actually something we're writing right now.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Reiterate what the deal is for
So
this Friday
Friday
night,
night-
December 3rd.
Yes, this coming Friday night, The Call, the Uncut Experience, is going to be at the Marcus Majestic Cinema. The movie starts at 7. Tickets go on sale and doors open at 6. $10 at the door.
Can you buy them in advance?
You cannot.
Okay.
No, we couldn't do the online thing with Marcus Theaters because it's a one-time show only.
Got it.
So,
Okay.
and
Just
if we
show
were to
up.
do the ticketing, there'd be like fees of an additional like $4.50 or
Right.
$5. So we thought, you know what? Let's just keep it at $10. Buy them at the door. First come, first serve. We do recommend you get there early because we're in about a 60, 70 seat theater, so it's not a huge theater.
Right.
But we're going to
some money
raise some
for a good
money.
cause.
Exactly. For New House Shelter, we're going to have fun. And neither Randy nor I have seen this uncut version yet.
Oh, that's interesting.
Can I add this? Tickets are $10, but this is a charity event. So if you want to give more than $10, we will
Absolutely.
Yeah, good
absolutely
point.
Hey,
take it.
Absolutely.
It's the end of the year. Some people are looking for
Hiding their money. I mean,
looking for places
Squirreling it away.
Sorry.
to donate before the end of the year. You want to do good.
And it is a tax-deductible donation.
And just
So
not just,
there we go.
Not saying, but just saying.
Also, I know a few people who are interested in investing in film, and Patrick has another script that is really good, and it's about kids, and it is another. It's a horror flick, but it's not. It's a family horror flick, and it is a great script. So if you are interested in helping us keep shooting movies here in Nebraska, come down and check this one out, and you'll see what we do.
Then ask some questions after the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Very good. Guys, thanks so much for coming in.
Yeah, you guys are
Thanks
awesome.
for having us.
This is awesome.
Thank you both.
Yes.
I'm going to head back to L.A.
All right, buddy, thanks. I mean, next time let's talk before you do that. Thanks, guys. It's Pat and JT, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Thanks for listening.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Hurrdat Media Production.